think as a band, all of our music has always been, it's always very personal, and it's always, mental health is always such like a big focus just because of who we are as people. But I would say like the thing that I noticed about each of us, and that is also just like exemplified in that song and the joy that is in our new record, is that, I think with just growing up and also spending a lot of time in self-reflection, that you learn that, life always will have these ups and downs, and pain isn't something that can just be subtracted. Pain is something that continues to like ebb and flow. And I think it's just about how you treat yourself and how gently, you allow yourself to like hold on to pain. And I think just through growing up more than anything else, we have been able to treat that pain differently, and which just allows us to treat ourselves differently and not expect anything to go away, but maybe to not be gripping ourselves so tightly, and just to have a little bit less of a chokehold on our expectations for, I don't know. I just think the more I age, the more I realize like I'm just not gripping it so tightly. But I'm also like, seeing a therapist and medicated and XY, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think like with regards to what Naomi and Joe said, and to your question, like when I think about like having a gentler relationship with myself and like leaning more into self-acceptance, I think in the past, like something that was scary about that was maybe this belief system of like my self-criticism and my kind of harsh relationship with myself was, I thought that was what was behind my success. Like, oh, I'm like really hard on myself, and that's why I achieve things, because I'm pushing myself and I won't stop until, I have something to show for it. And I think that that's like a very common myth in our society. And I do think it's a myth. I'm probably unsurprisingly a Brene Brown girly myself. And I remember being like absolutely shook at one of her talks that was kind of about that concept of like using like self-criticism as a driver, and how that can produce like work that is consistently good, but what it can't produce is work that is great. And it's kind of funny because like my productivity addict, like that was what interested me. I was like, oh cool, I want to learn how to make something great and not just good. But I think that I'm really interested in that paradox of like, if you can be willing to be gentle with yourself and take care of yourself and nurture yourself and not always be pushing yourself, it's like that actually is what makes room for you to hear the voices within you that like want to express something that is like, that probably has the most power in it to like really do all the things that, I'll speak for myself, like that's probably my way of like actually getting to the place where I can say things that have the most power in them and have the most ability to like change the fucking world, which is what I want to do. But it's just ironic that like I have to let go of being hard on myself and being so obsessed with like productivity and like always showing up and being the good girl to get the thing that I actually want.